There her is. I like your earrings, Aunt Mama.
Okay. Oh, let's change my name.
We got to try the chicken.
We're the only ones.
Belgrade Cafe. Would you, the regional ops manager?
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. We're going to go ahead and get started with our language outreach. We are going to start off, as always, with a prayer, and we've asked one of our elder mentors to open our session with a prayer. Miss Velma Eisenberger.
Dog e pan ma and I'm kong ya 8 guy but they own they do tie do they go rota do they go take that but dog e go tong ya 8 mo hey ma go I'm tom guy on do they ho tape go beta do they key that but both get my eye beta ne am pay do they own they go but he to get things on my dog he to get things or the am pay do dog so they go beta do they not opego I got it Sunday whole dog your daughter I'll be good they thought I dog you know more time get daughter get town I got it get high it I'm paid dog you know Hulk is a beta I the paid or con they and go tape calm about the bone dog he get my eye bete nay I'm paid it get things or dog you know they own they dogs I get daughter I'm by bit all halgon no caught they and go town dog poop dog he go hon the yan ma be dog he boat dog elim dog they the yan dog on dum tiger dog go pan ma got they the yan high get dog tain don't get go big don't get yan high get dog you know what each individual's needs are. Pray that you would bless each person who's participating in this Zoom physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and be with us and let us have a good session and learn from one another. And we're so grateful that you have blessed us with this opportunity to share and learn and revitalize our Kiowa language. Aho, Obaha.
Oh,
There's one place that we went.
Aho, Velma. I'm trying to open up our little slideshow here. So start from the beginning. Is there a black box that is covering any part of the screen, or can you see the whole slide?
I can see the whole slide.
Okay, I just want to make sure that my view is.
Oh, there. That's good too. And then if you hide the bottom, you know, then you'd be able. Yeah, that's good.
You know, you
Okay.
tell me.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started here. I'm gonna share with you our program. We're gonna try to stick with the order so we don't leave anything out. But we want to begin by giving a chance for our elder mentors to introduce themselves first, and then the teacher candidates will follow. So we have, each area has an assigned mentor. And so, but we have a group of mentors that works with all of us. So Velma, if you want to start off, and then we'll see if any of our other elder mentors are on this evening. Oh, you're on mute.
Sorry. Okay. Velma Ruth Dumbo Eisenberger Akon. Aoi Gotong Thai Akoi Kon. Moore go Oklahoma City Kya Akil. Stecker, Oklahoma Akia. Hongu go Tongbot Tape Go Nida. Hey go young saw tape pot yeah.
Baby.
Omaha.
Do we want to have Grandma Velma translate her introduction?
Oh, my name is Velma Ruth Dumbo Eisenberger, and I live in Moore, but I have an Oklahoma City address, so that's why I say I'm kind of in between. And I grew up in Stecker, Oklahoma, and Hongu, Silverhorn, and Dumbo are my relatives. And I'm retired, so I don't work anymore.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any of our other elder mentors on?
Yes, this is Mabel Kozad. I'm one of the mentors from the Carnegie and Lawton. I was grandfathered into this program, not because of my speaking ability, but because of my education. I was appointed by my dear Aunt Juanita Lawton, and my Indian name is Beat Dalma, and I was given that name by my great grandfather who was blind. And what he did is he always felt us, how we, our heads and our face, and he could figure out who we were. But my Indian name translate, it goes along with my maiden name, Sudal, so Odal, and it has to do with packing rocks. That's what we say Sudal means, but it's like taking the wood or getting ready for the sweat or whatever. So that's what my name means, and I'm really proud of it. I live in Mountain View with my mother, who happens to be the oldest member of the Kiowa tribe. She's 98 years old. Her name's Peggy Sudal, and we keep her at home. And I'm a retired school teacher. I've taught in the public and the private schools, and it's an honor to work with the candidates. The candidates are doing a very good job, and the skills that they use, and you know, there's a lot of ability here, and I'm just really thankful to be a part of the program.
Square. Rectangle. Whoa.
Go ahead.
I'm Dolores Toibo Harragera, a mentor for the Norman area, and I've been around Norman for a long time, in and out. And so I'm just grateful to be able to be a part of this And I'm proud of each and every candidate. I'm proud of your participation. I'm proud of the time that it takes to learn. You give up your time, and I'm just thankful for each and every one of you candidates, and I'm just grateful that I'm able to sit here and listen, even though I've had to slow up as far as moving around, but stay on day. I'm proud of all of you.
That's right.
Omaha.
Circle. Rectangle.
Thank you. Are there any others?
Rectangle. You see that rectangle?
If not, the candidates, if you would go ahead and begin introducing yourselves.
Deon de bak te. Akima Akoe Con. Julia Rose Noel Woodard Akon. Anadarko Kya Akil. Toy Bada God. Koiton God. Kaku God. Dopa Pai All Good Go. They go. They go.
Starfish.
I am a Kiowa language teacher candidate for the Lawton area. Used to be called the Cache area, but I live in Anadarko. And I said that I'm from the Quiton, Toibo, Quiton, Kwaku, and Topa Yellow Hair families. And this is my 5th year in the program as a teacher candidate. No, 4th year. But I'm really happy to meet all of you. If I don't know you, then I'm happy to meet you. But if I do know you, it's good to see you. Down de Batbone. Omaha.
George Allen Woodard. I'm also a teacher candidate and with the Lawton Cache Group, and I'm just happy to see so many people that have joined into this outreach. I hope that everybody can come away with something that they don't know already, or something useful that they can use in their lives. That's what we're trying to do right now. And it's just good to see everybody, and thank you all for joining. Oh, bye.
Hello. Curtis Munoz, Carnegie. I'm glad to be part of this program, and I'm just going to be a little quiet tonight. Recover from dialysis, but I'm glad to be part of this. It's good to see everybody here tonight.
Summer Ray Morgan, stay in good phone. Koe sorry. Soguro da Akia, Panigya Akil, Mopop Tipkop Deda, one of the teacher candidates, and I grew up in Redstone, just between Anadarko and Fort Cobb. I'm currently living in Pawnee, and it's good to see everybody. I miss home a lot, so this helps keep me connected, and it's been a privilege to learn from all of these instructors and our elders, and I'm proud to be a part of this this class. And thank you all for everything that you do, and thank you to our guests for being here. Welcome, and I hope you enjoy your evening.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hello.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Hello. My name is Nelson Sato. Nelson Sato. Con. Tong kini koi con. Sang tong ki go. Zek koyete tape ko ne do. Lawton kia kilo. LSU kia ne can't saw te to. Hi, my name is Nelson Satok. This is my first year in the language class, and first I want to say ahoba tongi doki, agidoki for everything. It's been a blessing. It's been a blessing. I've learned a lot in this very short time since I've been in here. More than I've been alive, actually, and I'm in pushing mid 40s. But anyways, yes, it's been a life changer, and I am so excited to see where it takes me and my family and all of us Koigus. And thank you, elders, your mentors. God bless y'all and y'all's family. I didn't realize until I got in here how precious our elders are. And so I'm sponging everything I can, taking everything I can in. Good material from the language program. A lot of good stuff. Learning a lot. So yes, thank you guys. Obaha.
I'll go. I was supposed to say something else than that, but okay. Begia on Tada. Kathy Dickerson Akan. Tapoma Agoika. St. Louis Gia Agil. Bacon College Agut Hangua Ga Sate Soy de Ga Tonkia Maga Thapego Nada. Hi, my name is Kathy Dickerson, and I live here in St. Louis. My my Kiowa name is Tapoma. Going to Bacon College, back to Bacon College. I'm an older person going back, but it's okay. I'm going for American Indian Studies. Hangua is my Silverhorn. Sate Soy de is Dumbling Bear, and Tonkiama. I'm honored to be a teacher candidate and able to be with our elders and our mentors. I really appreciate you guys. Aho deon de bone obaha.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Thank you, Kathy. Freddie, do you want to go? Nancy? Brian?
I'll go.
Okay.
Nancy Soodle Gone, Mount Scott area Kia Keedle, Soodle Ga Tenada, Dep Gop Nada, Kira Mbada Azon Aka. That's my Indian name. It means she brings the sun. My grandfather, George Soodle, named me that when I graduated from high school because he said I was always smiling. And so he gave me that name on the occasion of my graduation. And like I said, I'm from the Soodle and Tenada family, so Odal, and I live in the Mount Scott area, and I'm a first-year teacher candidate, and I've grown up with Kiowa all my life. My dad spoke fluent Kiowa, but he was in the military, so we weren't around it all the time. And I didn't really come back to live in this area till about 10 years ago. So I know words when I hear them, but I just can't speak the language. So I'm really enjoying this because it's taken me right from the start to get to know it better. And I have so many questions. I wish I'd asked my dad when he was still here. So, and that's why I'm happy to have elders here so we can ask those questions. So thank you to everybody for being here tonight. Obaha.
Thank you, Nancy.
Deonde Batson, Brian Daffernall, Norman Kiowa, University of Oklahoma, I'm Brian Daffern. I'm auditing the teacher language program. And my wife is Maya Terrell, but she's in the program. She won't, she's ill this evening, otherwise she'd be on here. And she's from the Peddley and Bates family on her Kiowa side. And I primarily we're homeschooling our 7-year-old, so I work with him. And I work with our teenage children as well. So I'm just proud to be here, proud to help out. Obaha.
Thank you, Brian.
All right, my turn.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. What's up? All that stuff. I don't feel like talking. I really got a bad headache, but my name's Freddie Kozad. I'm part of the Carnegie group in here in the language program. Do a lot for our people, as everybody knows. And I'm very proud to be part of this program. My Kiowa name is Koi Hodel, which means lungs. It belonged to my late grandfather, Fred Soodle, and it belonged to his grandfather, Jimmy Hummingbird, and then belonged to his grandfather, the original Black Wolf. So I'm the fourth in line with this name. Very proud of that. And I come from, I live in Mountain View with my grandmother, who my mom said is the eldest Kiowa living right now. And I'm very fortunate to still have my grandma with us. And thank you for attending for tonight. And Omaha.
Okay, we also have some of our candidates. I see we have Courtney, Tim, Max, Allison. Does anyone else want to give a short introduction? Was I muted?
Hi guys, this is Alice. I'll go. I'm trying to be shy and just listen. Wasn't prepared to get on here and go live, but I'll introduce myself. Anko, Honde Onde and Bone. Honde Aim Delta. Alice Ann Quality Akon, McClellan Akon. Kiate Akon. My Kiowa name means protection or shield. It was given to me by my great grandma Alice Cocombe. Let's see, Norman Kia Akil, Lawton, Oklahoma, Kia, Oklahoma University School of Pharmacy, Gutpa, Quality Ga, Kokum Ga, Chanate Ga, Kale Ga, Date Go, Neda, Honde Onde and Song Ga, Hega and Oi Bonta, Gaiga and Toyi, Obaha. So basically I come from the Quality, the Kokum, Chanate, and Kale families. And it's my first year being a teacher candidate. I'm really excited to see everybody. And I grew up around Kiowa. My whole family spoke fluent Kiowa when I was little. I lost it when I went to public school. So I really enjoy being around all of you and being around my people and my family. And I love listening to the mentors and learning from them. if we all just take time to listen, because they're not going to be here for very much longer. And we just need to cherish that, learn from it, listen, and absorb as much as we can, because this is who we are and what we are about. And I love, learning Kiowa and relearning it. So I'm really happy to be here. I hope.
Thank you, Alice. Any others? Well, we may have some people that are just listening in. I'll go ahead and introduce myself. Tony Sitok Mule Lawton. My name is Tony Sitok Mule. Aonma Agoy Kon. My Kiowa name is Aonma. It means, well, the loose translation is beautiful feathers, but it's a reference to the scissor tail, and it belonged to my late great grandmother, Minnie Eagleheart Tapido. Carnegie gya aki Oklahoma City gya akil. I grew up primarily in Carnegie, lived with my grandmother through most of my elementary years. And for those of you who may be too young to have remembered her, she was the director of the adult education program or center, really. It's the yellow building across from the Kiowa complex. And so she was the director for for adult education until she retired. And so she did a lot of work with our community and did a lot of collaboration with people at that time who were also trying to do everything that they could to preserve Kiowa language. And so she was a fluent speaker, and it was it was common for her to have complete conversations over the phone. When she answered the phone, the conversation was all in Kiowa. When people would come into the center, it was all in Kiowa. And so I'm kind of like Alice Ann, where I was immersed in the language growing up, but had less opportunity to hear it once I went on to college and moved away. But I now reside in Oklahoma City. I'm from the Sitok family and the Tainada family. And so I'm also the curriculum specialist. And so I work with the teacher candidates to provide learning materials to them and for them, and also for our community. I man the social media account for our department. And so a lot of the learning material that is shared with the community we're developing as teacher candidates. And so these opportunities are a way for us to be able to practice in a safe space, a non-judgmental space, to make mistakes, and to be able to create a language family, really is what we're trying to do here. So we're so glad that there are always interested people, and people are joining us for these virtual gatherings that we're doing because of the pandemic. But I think it also gives opportunity for people that don't live very close to our home quarters and our headquarters. So, it's good for people that live far away, they can still connect in this way. So we thank you so much for logging on tonight. And I'm going to try to reshare my screen so we keep on, make sure we talk about.
Tony?
Yeah.
Sorry, this is Courtney. I was trying to get myself unmuted, but I'll introduce myself.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Courtney Sotai Holler Akon Morgia Akiro. Anga Date Goat Nada Kodasi Ga Sotai Na Kongi Jacob Sherwood Sotai Na Tongi Roxy Kodasi Sotai Nasal John Sotai Natson Rita Sotai and I'm glad to be here this evening. Edmond Indian Education, Jasop Deidal. I work with, I'm Courtney Sotai, your holer, and I come from the Kalasi, Kodasi, and Sotai families, and I'm in the Norman and Anadarko group, teacher group, and I live in Moore with my family, and I work for Indian education with the Edmond Public Schools, and I'm in my second year with the language program, and I'm really thankful and happy to be a part of the teacher candidate program, and have really enjoyed getting to know our elder mentors and our teacher, other teacher candidates, and I just am always enjoying what I get to learn, and I appreciate everything that everybody does to make it possible for us to be able to do this. And thank you guys for, I know the hard work that you guys have put into this outreach tonight. So I look forward to it, and I'm glad to be here. I hope.
Thank you, Courtney. Okay. Can you see my slides? Somebody say ha if you can see the program.
Ha.
Okay, I'm going to switch to the next slide. The reason that we're doing introductions is I just wanted to quickly share this so you can kind of see that we go through several different language themes, and there are also cultural, topics that we supplement our language sessions with. So we meet weekly with our elder mentor, and then we also have daily activities, individual study time and practice time. And so we start in August and we run through May. And in August, we are focused on the sounds of Kiowa. And then the first theme, language theme, is daily life. And part of daily life is learning how to introduce yourself, learning how to express yourself in prayer. And so just basic vocabulary, basic conversation. So learning how to reply to questions. And so those are the kinds of things that we have been working on through the end of September. And so we thought that, introductions is something that we all benefit from practicing. We get more confident each time that we do that, and also to give community members a chance to also practice the introductions. And so we're going to start with some sounds, and then we're going to move into some of the introductory phrases that you've heard tonight. And so I'll move to the next slide, and Nancy is going to discuss some of the sounds of Kiowa with you.
Good evening, everyone. Can everybody hear me okay? I'm going to take a few minutes to talk about the 10 Kiowa vowel sounds. As a first-year student of this program, I found these to be very helpful, so I want to share them with you and hope you'll find them helpful too. Take note as you will see these words or these vowels in some of the words and phrases that we will be using later on tonight. As you can see from the slide, all of these vowels have an up diacritic mark on them, which means they will have a high tone. Every vowel has a distinct tone. The first one is a short O, as in wash or swap. A short O, as in wash or swap. The next one is a long I, as in Thai or Thailand. A long I, as in Thai or Thailand. Aw, as in caught or haunt. The next one is ah plus a long E sound, which sounds like ah-e, ah-e. E is a long A sound as in they or rain. The I is a long E sound as in ski or safari. O is a long O sound as in so or no. The long O sound plus a long E sound sounds like choice or noise. Long U sound as in true or tune. And the last one is a long U sound plus a long E sound as in chewy or gooey. And that's the 10 vowels that we use in the Kiowa language. And like I said, don't forget to watch for these and listen for these vowels in the upcoming words of our lessons tonight. Aho, obaha.
Thank you. And I also just will quickly point out that two sounds that are so very close is the this short O sound here, and the AU, aw. So we have a lot of words that have both of these sounds in them, and the difference is very slight. It's like aw, and it's almost something that you have to continuously re-teach yourself, to distinguish those two, because in English, sometimes those sound exactly the same. So I just wanted to point that out. Also, this oi is very close to the oi, as in choice, noise, oi. That oi sounds really close to the oi sound. And so I think with our English, the English influence, sometimes these also sound almost exactly the same. We almost pronounce words that have these two, that used to be distinct sounds. We almost pronounce all of them as an OY sound, like oi. But at one time they were distinct sounds. So I just wanted to point out those two very, very slight differences in sounds. Okay, so we're gonna move on to nasal sounds. And Kathy's gonna talk a little bit about that and the challenges with the nasal sounds.
Okay, so practice with nasal sounds, we have to, just like anything else, it's gonna just take practice, and that's what I've been doing. So nasal sounds with the N, with the little squiggly line, I forget what you call that. Tony, do you remember?
Inye.
A what?
Inye.
Inye. Okay. So A without nasal, and then A with nasal, Is that how it is?
Yeah, so without nasal, regular and then with the nasal,
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like the sound comes through your nose.
Okay. So okay, so we're doing the K's now, and they're hard to, I mean, if you're just learning these, it's not gonna just come, it's, you gotta practice. So Tony was telling me about if you would say bike, so you got that bike, so the K sound, you got to click it. So it's all right, you have to practice that. So let's see, so what was that? GK is they go, and it's like the G and the K, you got to kind of swallow both of them at the same time, and it's not easy, but go, you'll get it once you hear it over and over. Back in the day, I'm talking about like 60s and 70s, if you weren't around it and you hear it, but you don't know what the words meant or anything like that, and then you try to say a word, or people, the Kiowas kind of would laugh at you, and it was one of them things where you had to have a thick skin, to keep going with it, or you get discouraged and you kind of just not say anything else, if it was an easy word, like aim, you can get them words, but I didn't go any further as far as like command words. With the K sound, that was a really hard thing to do. So the GAU, regular G sound, and I don't, let's see, blankets, so you got to click that, right? And I'm still learning. I mean, I'm the first year, you know, I live in St. Louis, and it's not easy to hear Kiowa all the time. I have to immerse myself into it, you know, as far as through avenues like music, you know, Kiowa music, because you can hear that. If I have a tape of one of our elders talking, which I have a lot of them, but you know, this class here has taught me how to, you know, to be, I want to say, I'm self-confident, you know, I'm not lacking where people are going, oh, you said it wrong. Oh, you said it wrong. You know, they just keep letting me say it over and over, you know, and then, and that's good for me. I mean, cause if I don't get to do that, then, you know, I just, okay. I just pass it on. So, I appreciate, everybody here. And like I said, don't be discouraged, you know, keep practicing. It takes time. I mean, just learn the easy words first, and then, you know, then things will come. I heard my my grandpa Silverhorn, James, talk a lot of Kiowa, and to have that, they said you have to have a rhythm, you know, in this, when you introduce yourself, when you talk Kiowa, there's a rhythm, a cadence kind of thing. So I remember all this, but to get the actual out, you know, it leaves me sometimes, you know. So so it takes time, but it is coming. And I just hope anybody else that's listening that might not think that they can do it, you know, you can do it. It takes all of us. It takes the tribe to, you know, help each other. So I appreciate y'all, and thanks. Aho, obaha.
Thank you, Kathy. So Kathy was pointing out that one of the phrases that we'll practice with tonight has this GK sound in date goat. It's not a G or a K, but it's both. So goat, it's a K and a G at the same time. So we'll practice a little bit more with that in our conversation. But we'll go ahead and move into commands with Summer. And she has a fun little demonstration to share with you.
Hi, I'm not sure if you can see me or not. Let me see.
Yep, we can see you.
Okay. We've got some basic commands, and I don't have any kids to help me. No little kids anyway. So the closest thing I have to them are, this is Creed. This is my wow baby. And Maya is in the background. They just fast asleep. So, ouch. Can you get that? Bob, over here, bring it here. Bob, my assistant ran off. We're in the middle. I was gonna teach you how to say some basic commands, like bring it here is Bob. Come here. My assistant doesn't want to cooperate. Thank you. So to say like fetch is ha bop. She's got that down, but ba is a little lacking. Ma is be. So if you want to tell somebody to lay down, you say be ma, and that is Maya's favorite command. Ba. Creep. Let's see. Besa. I don't know if you can see her. Hey, Besa. Besa. Besa.
Maybe if you take down the share screen and we can see
Yeah,
some.
I can't see if y'all see me.
There you go.
There we go. Besa.
Who they are or where they came from. That was a good one.
She's not going to do it. She doesn't want to cooperate today. And you can see Maya in the background. She's having some issues, so she had to take a pain pill. So she is out for the night. There we go. Besa. Ha, get that. Ready? Haba. Here. I guess that's as good as we're gonna get. So we're gonna have to say Odeha on our end. Oh, I hit her with it. Thank you.
Thank you, Summer. Okay, let me go back to share screen. The next part was Maya and Brian.
Okay, we have our homeschool calendar here. Let's see if we can see this here. Okay, so we have the month in Kiowa here. It's kind of small. Yet on Then we have our days of the week. Da kida, ikida, pa'on kida, sap kida, anta kida, masa kida. Trying to get where I can see it. Dog shun for Saturday. And we have our days of the week. We have our days here, paga yi pa'o yikia, and all the way to 31st. We have Kidalo for yesterday. Ahonde Ki for today. Kanhiga for tomorrow. And so we have Sap Kido, Anta Kido, Masa Kido. And we have our today, our weather, Gesado. And that's what I wanted to share. Obaha.
So Brian, so the kids that you have at home, do they do this as part of a routine? Do they update it each day, or they point out the day? Or
we work with Frankie, our youngest. He'll update it, and what we do is we go through the days each time. We do our numbers of whatever it is on the calendar, all the way up to whatever today is, Ahonde Ki. And we try to rotate out, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And Gisal has been up there for a while for the weather.
yeah, the weather just doesn't want to change, does it?
Honey.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I think it's a good thing that people can do in their homes with their kids, and you can add other things in it, like you did with the weather, or other aspects of the day, even times of the day. You could do that too. So I think it's a great learning tool. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, we're going to move into our conversation with Julia and George.
Before we begin, I wanted to kind of explain what it is that George and I are going to be doing. This is a, I guess, be like a script that is on the screen. And we are just going to be going down the row on the script. And what we're going to do is we're going to just kind of have like a casual conversation, George and I, so that you can kind of follow along and kind of just see what it is that we're saying on the screen. There was a 2017 research study that was done at the University of Waterloo that said that you are more likely to remember something if you read it out loud. And the study showed that when you can read things and visualize them, you will remember them better as opposed to just hearing them. But when you can do reading them and hearing them, you're able to visualize them even more. So that's why George and I decided to go ahead and just do this short little conversation piece. And he is going to just casually ask me, like he doesn't know me, some questions, get to know you questions, and I'm going to answer in Kiowa in my respective response. So are we ready?
Okay. Well, just gonna start, and I'm just gonna do. What is your name?
Julia Noel Woodard. Akon.
Okay. Do you have a Kiowa name?
Ha. Akima Akoy Kon. Naam. Do you have a Kiowa name?
Goikon Hainada.
And what does that mean?
It means no, I do not.
How else could you say that?
You could also say Hana Goikon.
And that means?
It means basically same thing. I don't have a Kiowa name.
Huh.
And let's see, where did you grow up?
Anadarko Ain Akia Ga Gallup, New Mexico, Ga Washita, Ga Country Four Corners, Kya Akia.
Oh, where do you live right now?
Anadarko Kya Akil.
Oh, okay. So who's your families? Who do you come from?
Goiton, Ga Toibo, Ga Kwaku, Ga Topa Yellow Hair, They Gope, Nadal.
Okay. Do you work anywhere?
Ha. Do Kya. Get saw data.
And what does that mean?
It means I work at home. Do Kya.
Okay. Are you a student there?
Honey. Oh, it's on there. Okay. Am I a student? Honey. Oh, well. Ha. Kiowa Language and Culture Revitalization Program. As if it were an institution.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be one day. I am Kiowa, other tribes, ethnicities. Oh, Goi Ma Ada. Or Goi, Goi, Ga, Choctaw, Ga Chickasaw, Ma Ada.
Kataga.
Okay. Omaha.
Ha, Yahagada.
I hope that was able, I hope that you were able to kind of just get a little bit more of an auditory opportunity to hear what we're saying in the order that, you know, we would casually visit somebody that, you know, you just met in that type of setting, you know, because when we introduce ourselves to somebody, we're introducing ourselves as if they really don't know us or they don't know us. So I hope that George and I's answer and response, you were able to kind of hear how I would respond if he asked me those questions in Kiowa. So was there anything else, Tony, on that we needed to add on? I can't remember if we talked about that.
No, I think that in the breakout, people, if they have a question, they can ask or discuss. in the
Okay.
breakout. Yeah.
Yes, because we have several, you know, pieces we wanted to break apart and discuss on this introduction, and we can do that in our breakout rooms. Oh, down there.
Thank you, Julia and George. We're gonna do a listen and repeat with our elder mentor, Velma. And so she's going to say each phrase. And so if you're comfortable, turn your audio on and we can all say it together. If you're not, you can leave your audio off and say it in the privacy of your own space. But we're basically wanting a chance for you to hear it from a first language speaker. So we're going to go back to the script and you can turn your audio on and we will just repeat after Velma.
Do I just go ahead and say like Velma Eisenberger or Con?
Yeah, so fill in the blank with your own answers.
Con.
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 Oi got don't tie a goy con. So if you have a Kiowa name, you say your Kiowa name.
Aki Koi Con.
Tapoma Goika.
Oh. Goi Con.
Goy con. A goy con.
Goi Con.
And if you don't have a Kiowa name, goy con hey adol. Or hun a goy con. If you don't have a Kiowa name, you repeat. You say hun a goy con. Okay, the next one. More kya akil. Come on, Laurel.
Ranch, New Mexico. Yeah, Keel. Fort Huachuca, Arizona, Keel.
I knew her because.
St. Louis, yeah, Akil.
Oklahoma City, yeah, Akil.
Anadarko, yeah, Akil.
Lawton, yeah, Akil.
Mount Scott area, yeah, Keel.
More yeah, skill.
You did that.
Oh,
Decker, yeah, Kia.
Stay online.
Mississippi, Oklahoma, Illinois. Yeah, Kia.
Kia.
Yeah.
St. Louis, yeah, Akia.
Anadarko, ga Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Yeah, Kia.
Yeah.
That's how that looked. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a
To the
small.
next 7.
Oh,
Hongu ga Tombot. Tape go Nadal. Tape go Nadal.
Hangu, Ga, Dapto, Dega, Nadal.
Did you hear me?
There
Or
was
was
a
I
question.
muted?
There was a
Oh.
question in the chat about 5 and 6.
Yes.
The first one, number 5, is Ga'akil. That's where I live. And number 6 is Ga'akia. That's where I grew up.
Yeah, because I don't. I haven't gone by it since they were putting it up. They were. Oh no, it's. Oh, I don't know.
Okay, does anybody else want to try number 7?
I may.
Okay,
When I saw that, it just.
do we want to try?
I like to remember it. When I go down to the old pharmacy. Right there.
This one? Oops, what did I do? Your place of work?
As you open the inner door, right on the right. Counter. And that's the counter. And the third aisle in on the left, wood floors.
Velma, you may be on mute. I don't think we
No,
can't hear you.
I'm just waiting. I'm just trying to think. Since I don't work, I'm just trying. I'll just say that I'll just say I work at more Sateto.
Edmund yeah, so they do.
Oklahoma City Indian Clinic. Yeah. So Dito.
Good San Rafael. Gia, so they do.
Tokya. Get saw, take off. Work at home.
University of Oklahoma gyat saw, take off. Okay, and then the last one was student status, which not everybody is. So we can practice that one in the breakout room. And you can add that to your introduction if you are a student. But not everybody may be a student, so.
Bacone College, meaning I go to or learn at
Okay, we are going to take about a minute or two. I'm going to use the chat to send you this slide or the script that we just went over. Oh, that's not going to let me. I have to go back and reshare it. 1 second. Or Julia, do you want to share it? Oh, here we go. Okay, so you can click on that link and open up the script in another window. So do that now. And then once you have the script, or at least if one person has it in the breakout room, then you can practice it. And you can add phrases, the student phrase or attending school phrase if you'd like. But we're going to practice this in a smaller group. So if you go to the chat, you'll see the link. And I'll go ahead and open up the breakout rooms. So when you get the invite to join the room, go ahead and just click join.
Oh, no. Wait, you got it going? Yeah. What do you have to do? Leave it in, leave it in. What do you have to do?
I can't breathe without this. I can't breathe without this taken out.
Breathe your nose, breathe through your nose.
I did not think of that.
How do I get out of this?
You're not supposed to pull that out. That's
Oh.
what stay and keep it together.
What did I do?
Keep it big. That's the mold, right? What's your thing?
What did I do?
Who did this? Did she do it for you?
How do I get out of this? Jazz.
I'll cut some stick and cover mouthpiece. Do not remove the plug from the mouthpiece. It must remain in the mouthpiece during the molding process.
We're not doing it right now, so it's fine.
What do you mean? You just put it on.
I'm lost. I'm lost.
It says,
Ah,
mouthpiece presses on the back
how
of
do
your
I
mouth.
get in?
If the mouthpiece is pushing on the back of your mouth, you have to cut it. Is it pushing back there?
What did I do?
Feel it in your mouth. Not too far. I don't have to cut any of the back. So I have to cut these off. If it's back too far, I have to cut it. Oh, you gotta put that back. Put it back.
And his face? I threw it away then.
Put it in there.
Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Oh, okay.
We can hear. Oh,
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
Okay, we have some people still in the breakout room, so I'm gonna go ahead and send a message that the breakout rooms are gonna close.
Did you make it? Lori? Did you get are we back in the other room?
Oh.
Okay, so we're back together, and hopefully that you had a chance to practice in a smaller group. I was able to kind of float around to the different breakout rooms, and I can share a couple of things with you. One is someone mentioned that they're at the very beginning of learning Kiowa, and so I was explaining that our outreaches really involve people that are more advanced, people that have taught Kiowa, have more experience learning Kiowa, to people that are just now starting out. So we try to mix up the content so that it doesn't get too, it's still challenging for people, but also we're still at a beginning level for people that are just starting out. And so it's very important to hear it from different tones of voice, from different speakers. Some first language speakers have, it sounds more authentic than it does when those of us that learn Kiowa as a second language. And so English influences our pronunciation. And so it's really important to hear it over and over again. And I was telling someone in one of the rooms that it is, it's more than just waiting your turn to practice speaking, but really active listening. So each time that you hear it, it really helps you to retain it. One training and a citation we like to remind people, Cricket and I, is that you have to hear something about 500 times for it to stay in your long-term memory. And so you really do have to hear it over and over again to really remember it, and for your ear to become sensitive to the sounds of Kiowa. So it's really important. The other thing I wanted to point out is we will share the PowerPoint, the slides. There are a few edits that still have to be made to it, but we'll share that with all of you. There is some of you shared your email address in the chat. If you would like to type that in, we can also email it. We can share it through our Facebook site. We can share it through the Google Drive. So we have a couple of different ways we can do that. But on the slide with the conversation, when we share it with you, when you see it again, or if you go to the one that we shared in the chat, the left side of the column is the tones. And so it's written in the orthography, and the right side was the phonetic. And so you can see it, you know, the phonetic can kind of help you sound out some of the words if you forgot how they were pronounced. But I just wanted to point that out, that the slides had both. And so if you missed that, those weren't two different scripts, it was the same script. So I just wanted to point that out. And some of the more advanced phrases, we will add those in because some of you know these phrases already, and you may be ready to add some different things to your introduction. So we will add the more complex phrases to the slide, and then we'll share it with all of you. Again, put your email address in the chat if you can. Let's see, is Freddie, are you still on? Freddie's going to share a little bit about how he was able to teach a song to his son. And so he's gonna talk a little bit about using song to teach Kiowa.
I know he's terrorizing me right now. All right, when I was taught by my late grandfather and one of my late uncles to sing in the church. I was taught at a young age. I started learning when I was around 10 or 11 years old. And at first it was by repetition, over and over and over, song after song. These songs that were, I guess they thought were easy. And I was taught this way. And as time went on, my nephew, he came and he started to live with us. And as I was getting ready, you know, during the pandemic, I was kind of, at first I was not kind of on, but I was there to help our people and our different families on what they went through. And I'm very thankful for that. I'm thankful that I was taught to sing the right songs at the right time, especially our funeral songs. And in doing so, I was asked by the other song leaders to take care of that. And, you know, it's, to me, it's depressing what I had to go through to help our people. But in doing so, we found out that my son would sing along with me when I was in the house practicing, you know, for the next service or whatever. And so we started just singing. I would sing a song and he would kind of sit there and kind of hum along. And then after a while, he would sing it with me or sing along with me in the other room. And so my mom found out, and so that's where this came about. But I am very thankful to learn to have been taught to sing in the church. This is one of our traditions that is dying and is probably going to die first. You know, our language is part of everything in our life. Our everyday life, our traditional life, our spiritual life, everything we do as Kiowas, our language is part of it. And then our program is part of that, the culture of preservation. And I think that's why I was asked to join, because of my knowledge of our traditional ways and our cultural ways, like singing. You know, I come from a family of singers, and I'm a third generation singer on my father's side, which I'm very proud of. And being taught this way in the church, I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful that God gave me that ability to sing. And I'm thankful for my teachers, my late grandfather, my late uncle, which later on in life became like my dad. And I'm very thankful for that, for them two individuals. And this song most of us learned it as young kids. This is the first song we learned for some reason. And, you know, it's, you're thanking God for, you know, when you're needing help. And for some reason, this was just a song that we learned as little kids. Most of us, we grew up in the church. Not, I mean, you know, Baptist, Methodist, Pentecost. This is the first song we learned. And we found out that my son sings it, and he sings it a lot. When he's by himself, he sits there and he sings these songs, and, you know, it surprised us. And, you know, this is a part of what we're learning to teach our young ones and teach our other members that want to learn our language. And he's not kind of on, but we're going to make him sing. Stand back here. Stand back here. Okay. Right. Come on, get it. Get it. Okay. Ready?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, he's kind of stage fried, you know, how little kids are.
Ready?
But when
Tell
he finds
him that, excuse me, tell him that he shouldn't have stage fright. Our traditions are not going to die as long as we have young men like him coming up and learning. It's just beautiful.
But I know how he is, and he has a little bit of autism, but you know, that's part of it. That, you know, he doesn't like to be in the public eye. He doesn't like to do things in the public. But when he's by himself, he can flat sing our funeral songs. There's 3 I know of that he can sit there and sing with me. But that's just him. I know how he is. But I don't have the patience like my teachers did to sit there and teach these songs over and over and over again. But I'm gonna go ahead, and here's one of the funeral songs that he knows that I'm gonna sing for our people and for everybody. It's a beautiful song when you translate it. It means, you know, God is there. He's preparing a place for me. My spirit lingers on earth as he prepares this place for me. And when he calls upon me, I'm going to a wonderful place, a place where I'm happy because it is wonderful. And I truly believe this song, that we are all going to be there one day. So here's that song. Talking home day, ayo me no ya be ka go me do anon tama be to ho ya hai go no day on ka go no my own day. Dog ayo me no ya be ka go me no ya be ka soy ga do anon tama. No one tanda do anaun tama beta hon ya hai no day on capon no my own day dog me no ya bega go me no ya bega soy gado anaun tama no one tanda do Anaun tama dog hon day ayo me no ya bega go me do anaun tama beta hon ya hai go no day on capon no my own day dog ayo me no ya bega go me no ya bega soy gado anaun tama no one tanda do, anaon tama, beto hoya hai gael no, no day on kakon na my own day, dog e ya me no, ya be kakon me no, ya be ya soy gado, anaon tama, no one tanda do. Anautama. And that's for all of our people who are crying today. You know, a lot of us are still crying over what we're going through as people and what our world is going through. But I am truly thankful for my teachers. My late dad, that's one of the last songs he taught me was this song right there. And I take it to heart, and I know that it's true. That song talks about the truth, that he's preparing a place for us. And you know, that's all I've been singing here lately is funeral songs for our people. That's why I sing that. But it's still a beautiful song when you translate it. And I'm thankful for those men and women that made these songs. You know, myself and some of us in the program, like Aki and my mother and Grandma Dee, Aunt Carolyn, you know, we're direct descendants of that man, the first composer of these songs, Godabo. And we take great pride in that we're descendant of him, and we're still carrying this on, this way of life, these songs and our traditions. But I am truly thankful for God Almighty and for my teachers. And so with that, my 5 minutes is up. So thank you again. Thank you for attending our Zoom. Thank you for, you know, being with us. And I thank my other candidates, my teacher candidates. Thank you. Aho.
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 Hey.
Thank you, Freddie. We're gonna go over to Julia now, and she's going to also do a youth demonstration.
Ha, aho. Just as Freddie did with our son there, our girl here, she's going to do one introduction, just as we've been practicing in our class and as we've all been trying to learn tonight. I'm not even going to introduce her because her introduction will introduce her. Do you want me to start? I'm still here. Just start at the top. Okay. Put your face on the screen. Start. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Just start anytime. Yes. All right. Okay. Kylie Rubidoux, Akon. Slowly and loud. Aki Guma, Akoikon. Goi Matanada. Ga Akia Pata, Matanada. Toibo Ga. Quiton Ga. Topa Yellow Hair Ga. Kwaku Thape Goat Nida. Mission Elementary Ga Akua. Anadarko Ga Aku. Obaha, aho.
Good job.
Good.
I did want to add something in there. Kylie, you can add them. Tell them what this part is. This is kind of new to me. What? Your other tribe. We actually were digging around in our Parker McKenzie, our glossary, revised by Dane Kulak. We were actually able to find our word for this tribe, and I'll let her say the tribe in English what it means. This one should just say this. Mm-hmm. What it means. Remember what the popping K means. Okay. Is it all?
pata is Oto.
Akapata. Akapata is Oto, Missouri. So she stuck that in there. She's been practicing for a while now. So, and our other daughter was supposed to do hers, but she's at OU right now, and she got called into a meeting, and so she wasn't able to get on tonight. Omaha. Aho.
Okay, thank you, Brian.
Aho.
We got a couple more kiddos that are gonna do a language demonstration. Well, not kiddos, but
Big kid. Hey.
young.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So ki on con, Anadarko ga kia, Norman ga Keel, University of Oklahoma. See, hello, my name is Sato Key. I grew up in Anadarko. I live in Norman, and I'm attending the University of Oklahoma. You know, boomer.
Sooner.
Alrighty.
Hang on, Nikki. There one day. No.
Kateri Akon. Koima Ada. Paddlety Gabates de Gopneda. Ehandeki de Onde.
Good job. Go, huh?
Hello, I'm Terry Dafford. I'm Kiowa. Paddlety and Bates is my family. Aho.
Thank you. Aho.
Okay, we're gonna go into the Ask a Elder portion next. And so if you have a language or a culture question, we have several elders on, and this is your chance to ask that question. I also shared the evaluation link in the chat. If you would take a few minutes to open that in another window, you can complete that once the Zoom is over. But it's really important. The funding for our program and really the start of our language department all came from the grant that Melody Redbird Post wrote to ANA. So that is where we get all of our funding for the program. The programming that we're doing, we're developing our teacher preparation program. And so without that, we really don't have anything. And so it's really important for us to document that we are carrying out the activities that we said we would in our grant. And so it's a requirement that we do certain activities. And so these evaluations help document that for our funding. So it's very important if you would take a moment to copy and paste that link to the evaluation. And Ms. Velma is ready for your questions, and Grandma D and Aunt Mabel. So jump in there with your questions.
Yeah, ask Mabel all those hard questions in Kiowa.
The question can be any kind of question that you might have that pertains to anything cultural or linguistic or cultural. Because I know we sure need our elders to consult.
What's the chat?
Somebody has a question in the chat about when is a person considered an elder in the Kiowa culture?
When they're old enough to get that payment, hey. when they're old enough to get that free turkey.
Yeah.
We don't get free turkeys anymore.
Oh, they got cut off.
Darn it.
Not
It
even a
seems like
cow.
it seems like our elders are getting younger and younger. It used to be 60, now it's 50. And so it seems like it's going down more and more, our ages, when you're considered an elder. But it's probably around 60.
Are y'all doing anything for the summertime for the kids? Any camps or anything?
Yeah, that'd be hard. That's not an elder question. That's a Tony question.
Or we have a couple of staff members on right now. I think that it's promising with the vaccines that should be available very soon. There's a rumor that there are going to be some in-person meetings, but that's not official word yet. So right now we're just following the precautions that are set forth by our administration. And so for now we're virtual. I think that we'll probably plan something for fall break, which is coming up very soon. Yeah, hopefully we look forward to our language gatherings like we did before, coming all together again, and hopefully we can do that in person again this summer. But yeah, that's something we usually plan for the months of July. When we did it the last time, right before the July 4th ceremonials and encampments, it was really big because everyone comes home for those. So it's a good timing for that. So hopefully we'll get to do that. How do we say we love being Kiowa? And that Kiowas are beautiful people, or an expression that we could say something to that effect. Do any of our elders want to address that? We were talking about this in one of our sessions because we don't really have a word for pride. And so how do we express our, I guess, love of being Kiowa, or our love for our people? Any of our elder mentors want to address that?
Tony, I think on we talked about like we were just discussing several ways, and remember when we said "Koi akong ba e he hein me," "Koi akong ba e hein me," and then "Koi akong ba e bon tag," yeah. Let's see, "Koi akong ba e he te." Those were some of the
Miss Velma, I think in our Wednesday session, This is Alice Ann. I think we talked about that. It was, and you're right, I think it's like Ana Ontama, Bat Mahema, Bat Yai Bat Da. And I think Grandma Dee or Grandma Dorothy came up with, because she was happy we were learning Kiowa, and I think that's what she said. But I don't know. It was like Ana Ontama, Bat Mahema, Bat Yai Bat Da. I'm glad you're learning Kiowa, treasure it or hang on to it. And then we said something like Yat Goy Don Mahema Gigap Yat Goy Don Matame Da Dop Ega. I'm learning Kiowa now, and then I will teach Kiowa in the future, or something like that. But I think I might have got my words mixed up.
Okay. When the words that Velma used, handmade and beautiful, I think those are physical features, but I think what we're after is what Kiowa people are, the way we think and the way we treat one another. I think that's instead of the physical part, what's beautiful. You can be beautiful inside. Someone who might be a beautiful Kiowa may not be beautiful to gaze at, look upon, but they're beautiful inside. And so I think that's what when we talked about kinship, I think a lot of that some of it was that they were cared about one another and they went to see one another. So I would say that I have to think about it, but then I think it would be Garg Ekomba Yet Ore Go Gekon Pa Go. And then they pedo on our own time. Excuse me. That's not. I mean, it's difficult when you don't hear Kiowa every day, and then I lose my English vocabulary. It's still the same with Kiowa, but that's what I'm trying to say. And it's sometimes there'll be days afterward when I'm thinking about a phrase or something, it'll come to me. But that's what we need to say is, I'm trying to think, I'm sure there's a better way to say it in Kiowa, but when you ask for things like this, it's kind of hard to come up with something like, we've been asked, how to say, you ask for something that you're asking in English and you want us, but we have to think as a Kiowa and say it another way in Kiowa.
Grandma Dee?
So Martha now, yeah.
Grandma Dee, is there a way to say beautiful spirit? Kiowas have beautiful spirits.
Well,
or beautiful in spirit. Not spirit like a ghost, but internal spirits.
Well, I'm just have to think about just like. Martha now?
I think it's difficult to translate Western concepts into native languages.
Yes.
But I think Ms. Harriger said it, when she said "Goy te pedo," that we think a lot of Kiowas.
the way the elders and those Kiowa culture tapes, when we were listening, when they were speaking of our kinship, that was the way that they described the way Kiowas treated one another. And there were words there that they used. And so that there were all that, yeah, corn, bot, and so as it's just difficult a lot of times. In other words, that's where you have to think as like a Kiowa, for me to say it in Kiowa.
You know, beautiful. That's and you. I mean, you could be beautiful physically, but you could also be beautiful spiritually, emotionally. Think beautiful things. So that would, you know, that's what beautiful means to me. Not just the physical thing, but well, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual.
They may be compassionate.
Oh boy. Boy, good. Let's say, oh boy. Oh boy. That means like to have compassion for others.
Yeah. You could say God echo.
Also, going to go outside.
I was really talking.
Go
Sorry.
outside, yeah. You know, we pray. I mean, not only just like the Christian way, but our prayers and our anxiety, tali, and our, you know, we've always had spiritual. We've always lived spirit, have spiritual strength. So I don't know. I can't remember how would wanted to say it about Kiowas are praying people. Prayer is a part of everything. First thing in the morning, you thank our Creator, your food, or you pray for your relatives. When you see them, then you thank our Creator after. You say thank you that I got. They owe it. Hyundai, they owe it. Well, anyway, but it's you know, it's prayer in everything we do.
While our elders, we appreciate our elders so much and we love them so much. We always value their knowledge. They're our treasures. They are treasures to us. While we're listening to them and kind of thinking about those, and while our elders might be thinking some more, in the chat, we have an evaluation link in there. So if you could just take just a moment, just a minute or so, and just do share your input on our evaluation so that we can have that, so that we can improve, because we always need improvement in our program. And we always welcome any input or recommendations or comments or suggestions or criticisms, you know, because it's critical for us to improve. And so, you want to add on that? Okay.
Good.
Okay. So if you could please just take a moment and do a little quick evaluation survey.
And while you're doing that, we asked one of our elder mentors, Mabel, to do the closing prayer. So we are 10 minutes over time. So we'll go ahead and ask her to do that, but feel free to stay on to finish your evaluations, or if there's someone you want to say hello to, the Zoom will stay on.
I want to thank everyone that participated tonight. Hope you enjoyed our program. And we wanted you to realize that our candidates are teaching, even though, it's just their family. They're getting the skills to teach Kiowa. And we want to, again, thank all of you for participating. Let us pray. Our Father, we're thankful for this time tonight that we can share and we can learn more about our culture and our language. And we know that there is so much to learn, and we ask that you'd be with all of the ones that are so interested, and that you would bless them, bless their homes and their families. And we just ask that you would be with our program as it is beginning to come to an end. And we just ask that our tribe will continue on with this program and be with us as we plan each week, and be with our administrators as they do what they need to do to make our program a success. And we ask that you'd be with us each day, be with us in our homes and guide and direct us. And I know that there are so many people in need of prayer, and we know that there are so many people that have lost loved ones, and we ask that you'd be with Velma and Kathy as they have lost loved ones just the past few days. And we know that it's hard on some of our elders, and we ask that you would be with all of those that have an unspoken prayer that they need to lean on you. And we know that you're there for us. And we, again, are so proud to be Kiowa, and we thank you for that. And we appreciate and love all of the blessings that you provided for us. And we give you all of the praise and the glory. Amen.
Aho.
Aho, Aunt Mabel.
Thank you for the prayers. Oh.
Oh, hey, Mabel.
Okay, with that, that's the end of the program, but feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Thank you all for your input and your participation. Thank you to our elder mentors for guiding us and teaching us and being so patient with us always.
Okay, to our class, are we meeting at the same time next week?
Is there something else going on?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
Oh,
same time.
Same time? All right. Thanks everybody for attending. Thanks everybody for attending.
Good night.
See y'all. Good night.
thank
See y'all.
you.
Good night.
Thank you for the song.
Aunt Velma, good
You got
night.
it.
Good night. Ikaw ba oy bonto?
Oh.
Ikaw ba oy, Ponto? Good night.
Love you, Aunt Velma.
Too.
I get my toe ye back to your living rooms.
Back to your bedroom.
Your
Guys.
bedrooms. I get my toe ye.
Thank you, guys. Oh.
The big red.
Thank you. It's always wonderful to see relatives. Thank you so much for doing this.
Good to see you, Kim.
You too, sister. Thank you for taking charge and bringing everybody together with all the teachers. I know you do a lot of work too. So for all the teacher candidates, I appreciate each and every one of you and our elders for sharing their knowledge with us. So aho, take care and God bless. I wanted to give a shout out to Grandma D. I haven't seen her in a long time, but it's good to hear your voice, Grandma. This is Kimberly.
Kimberly.
Oh,
Kimberly.
she signed off.
Oh, is her last name, or maybe it's her married name, Bigay?
Yeah, that's her married name.
Oh, so is she's married to a Navajo then, huh?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I should have said hello in Navajo. Hey. I keep my laptop. I don't know. All kind of stuff just pop up on my screen. Gosh. Can you hear me though, Tony?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can't. I lost the screen, but I still have the audio.
She was giving a shout out to Grandma D, and somebody else. What we were talking, we were saying, oh, we just love her. She's so patient, and she's just so knowledgeable. And somebody was saying she used to be a dorm or something at Riverside, or they said anyway, they're super scared of her.
They're still scared. Eh?
They're still scared of her. And we were like, what? No way.
With good reason.
Is Brian still on?
On A.
Oh, I hope Maya's feeling better.
Yeah, me too. It was good to see Curtis on.
Yeah, yeah.
Glad he's feeling better.
Yeah, it was good to participate tonight. I'll getting better, and I'll hopefully participate more in the future.
Good. Good.
Glad you're feeling stronger.
Yeah.
Oh.
Martin. 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 Martin.
Velma, he's talking to you.
Oh, Hyundai, I'm sorry. I'm about to doze off. Hyundai.
Hey, I have a question. I have a son that's got a Kiowa name when he was younger, and I'm not sure how to say it, and but it means sun rays coming through, like, you know, when you're in a teepee in the morning and those sun rays comes through. That's what he was referring to. How would you say that? I have a slight, I guess the words how I can slightly remember it. But I know it's not right.
Well, tell me how you have. Just tell it to me. Say it, and I'll see if we can figure it out.
Bayapa Kinda.
Huh? Say it again.
Bayapa Kinda.
Bayapa
Kinda.
Kida is like say it again.
Bayapa Kinda.
Bayapa Kida.
Keen, I think. I don't know.
Ki is more like day. Bayapa, that's like the sun. It's talking about the sun. Yapa Kida. Kida is like day. Kida. Let's see. Bayapa Kida. Maybe that's it. Baya, like having to do with the sun. you know what, I can find out. Let me write this down and I can find, by let's see, by Kida. Then, but this has to do with sun rays in the morning, like come in early morning in the teepee.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll find out, or I'll I'll talk with Dorothy and see if maybe she can help me with this.
Okay, thank you, Martin. I have
I
have another question real quick. When I was doing my studyings, I found a word in there that is down 2 times, and the first one is love/cares, and the other one it's got it down as I like you, but it's I think it's unfailed though.
Okay, I like you is aim on fatal do. Aim on fatal do. It means I like you.
Okay, so unfailed though, is that different?
Which one?
Unfailed though, is that different? Is that
No,
what is that?
it should be aim on fatal do is mean I like you. Aim fatal do is means I'm thinking about you. Is that what you were saying? Aim fatal do?
No, I was looking at this word and it's got on failed though.
On fatal do is I like you.
Oh, okay.
And then the other one for love is Cope Day Aim Do. That's I love you. Cope Day Aim Do.
Okay, because I was just looking at some of our material and I seen it down on there and it had 2 different things, so I was kind of confused.
What do you mean 2 different things?
On one part it's got on failed though, and it's got written down I like you, and then later on it shows up on there the same word, and then it's got love/cares.
Yeah, well, it can mean, well, you know, the Kiowa words can mean so many different things.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was just kind of confused about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
on fail those, I like you or I care for you. And I guess love, but cope do, that means like you're holding a person really close to you. You love them.
Okay.
But yeah, emo fatal though, yeah, that can mean I like you, I love you, I care about you.
Okay. Well, since I asked a question, I have one more, if you don't mind. Handmake. Is that referring to like a guy or anyone or a person or?
It can refer to a person or handmade. It's like precious. It's something that's precious to you or a treasure to you. So, you know, your handmade can be like a young lady or a person, or even like talking about dog handmade, you know, that like precious, really special.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nelson.
Oh.
I was going to tell you too, when you say matem to teach, you have to add the gender to the end of that. So when you're referring to Velma, you say matema.
Oh, okay.
And then if you're talking to a male teacher, you say matem ki.
Okay. Thank you. That's good to know.
Uh-huh.
Aho matema.
Oh, can you hear me?
Paul,
Oh,
good night.
wow. Hey,
Good
go ahead,
night.
boy, bonto. Hey, go boy, bonto.
Hey, go ba oy bonto.
Good job, Tony.
Good
Good,
job to you. Thank you
good
for
job explaining all that. That was real good.
thank
Gosh,
you for your
time went
patience.
by fast.
I know. I was like, oh my goodness, it's 8:30. Okay, well, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Okay, I'm on.
Oh. Good night, Curtis.